We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
In the world of professional basketball, it's sadly not uncommon for retired NBA stars to end up completely broke after leaving the league. According to studies, nearly 65% of former NBA players experience serious financial hardship after retirement. Despite earning enormous salaries and living what appeared to be lives filled with luxury and freedom, many of these athletes fell from fortune to financial ruin. In this video, we're diving deep into the cautionary tales of 10 NBA players who went from multi-million-dollar contracts to bankruptcy, starting with some of the most unforgettable names in basketball history. Dennis Rodman, $27 million. Dennis Rodman's flamboyant lifestyle and larger-than-life persona made him one of the most polarizing figures in sports history. Known just as much for his colorful hair and wild off-court antics as for his relentless defense and elite rebounding, Rodman's rise from a struggling high schooler to a five-time NBA champion was nothing short of legendary. Drafted by the Detroit Pistons in 1986, Rodman quickly became a defensive juggernaut, helping the team capture 2 NBA championships. His aggressive style and tenacity made him a fan favorite and a nightmare for opponents. In 1995, Rodman was traded to the Chicago Bulls, where he became a crucial piece of their second three-peat dynasty alongside Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, winning titles from 1996 to 1998. His Hall of Fame induction came in 2011, but financial trouble would soon follow. One of Rodman's most devastating losses came at the hands of Peggy Ann Fulford, a woman who posed as a financial advisor and defrauded multiple athletes, including Rodman. He also faced public embarrassment during a child support hearing, where it was revealed that he had spent a shocking amount of money at Victoria's Secret. In 2004, his wife Michelle Moyer filed for divorce, finalized in 2012. Afterward, Rodman was held in contempt of court and ordered to pay $500,000 in child support. Legal issues continued to stack up: $2,000 for a DUI, an arrest for domestic disturbance, $200,000 in fines for headbutting a referee in 1996, another $20,000 for leaving the Bulls during the 1998 NBA Finals to wrestle Hulk Hogan, and an additional $20,000 for fighting with another ref. He was also fined $68,000 for skipping preseason camp back in 1992. Rodman didn't just bleed cash in courtrooms, he burned through it living lavishly. His collection of high-end vehicles, including a Lamborghini Huracan, a Gallardo, a Ford Mustang convertible, and a custom-painted Hummer H1, was only a small window into his excessive lifestyle. Strip clubs, alcohol, and impulsive spending became regular habits, further worsening his financial downfall. Darius Miles, $62 million. Darius Miles once showed all the promise in the world, becoming a household name in his early NBA years. But despite earning over $60 million, his story turned tragic, as lavish spending and failed ventures brought him crashing down. Born in Belleville, Illinois, Miles used basketball as an escape from the harsh realities of growing up in East St. Louis, a city plagued with high crime. His on-court talent stood out early, drawing national attention. After being heavily recruited by top college programs, Miles made the bold decision to skip college altogether and declare for the 2000 NBA draft. Selected 3rd overall by the Los Angeles Clippers, Miles entered the league with sky-high expectations. His explosive dunks and athleticism made him an instant sensation. During his rookie season, he earned a spot on the NBA All-Rookie team in 2001. The Clippers, once a basement team, saw a jump in wins during his first few seasons, largely due to his impact. But behind the scenes, Miles had a deep passion for luxury, especially cars. He collected high-end sports cars and custom rides like they were basketball cards. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, you name it, he had it. Designer clothes from Gucci, Versace, and Louis Vuitton lined his closets, with no concern for the price tags. One of his more high-profile failed investments was a restaurant he opened in his hometown of Belleville. Despite dreams of building a successful community hub, the business flopped, failing to attract enough customers and ultimately shutting down. But the most damaging blow came from a real estate deal gone wrong. Miles had sunk a massive portion of his wealth into a property development venture that crashed, draining his finances. After making nearly $62 million during his playing career, Darius Miles filed for bankruptcy on September 18, 2016. Glenn Rice, $67 million. Glenn Rice's career was filled with highlight reels and three-point daggers. A three-time NBA All-Star and a deadly sharpshooter, Rice once reigned supreme from beyond the arc. In the 1995 NBA All-Star Weekend, he won the long-distance shootout, narrowly defeating Reggie Miller. His peak came when he joined the Los Angeles Lakers, helping them secure an NBA championship. But after hanging up his jersey, Rice's financial troubles started to surface. Despite his massive earnings, he had little to fall back on due to poor financial planning and risky investments. A huge portion of his financial burden came from child support payments. At one point, he was shelling out $1,500 a month, an amount he could no longer afford after his wealth dwindled. Rice appealed to the courts, and a judge agreed to reduce the payments to $600 per month, but only on the condition that he catch up on the $2,000 he owed in back payments. Though he once had a net worth of over $60 million, today Rice's fortune sits around $25 million. He's found a second act working as a scout and community ambassador for the Miami Heat. While no longer living as luxuriously as he once did, Rice has learned some hard lessons and now walks a more stable financial path. Larry Johnson, $83 million. Larry Johnson, once the face of power and intensity on the court, is now a powerful reminder of how quickly fortune can fade. Known for his brute strength, athleticism, and high-flying dunks, Johnson quickly became a fan favorite. From dominating the college game to earning NBA Rookie of the Year honors, he was destined for greatness. He lived up to the hype early on, amassing a net worth of $83 million. But after sustaining a back injury that severely impacted his game, Johnson was forced into early retirement, cutting off his primary income source far earlier than expected. A major part of Johnson's downfall came from a lack of financial literacy and responsible money management. He was notoriously generous, supporting friends, family, and charitable causes without keeping track of his spending. While his big-heartedness was admirable, it also drained his finances rapidly. Johnson, like many players, also became accustomed to a high-cost lifestyle, mansions, luxury cars, and other extravagant purchases. When the checks stopped coming in, he found himself unable to maintain the life he had built. That lifestyle, paired with medical bills, legal expenses, and a disappearing income, drove him into bankruptcy.